Welcome to Reread. We're on book 5 of the Junior Jedi Knight series. This one is called Vader's Fortress. Basically, Tyone comes back from a mission where she thinks she's located Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. Now, if anyone knows the RPG adventures, one of the early West End Games adventures was a group of people going to retrieve Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. And I don't remember where it was, but it's somewhere else. And at the very end, if you won the game, you had the lightsaber, and I guess you were taking it to Luke. But it could be easily explained, and I remember, I think I had a conversation with Troy Denning. I think it was Denning I had the conversation with. I can't remember. But it could be easily explained that that was not the Obi-Wan's lightsaber, that was someone else's lightsaber. So that this one could count. Now, again, I don't recall who it was. I want to say it was Denning because he knows a lot about the West End Game stuff. But either way, it's an easy thing to, if you're saying the West End Game stuff is completely canon, which kind of can be, so you can easily mesh these two stories together or explain the first story from the RPG. Do you have to do that? No, you don't. But I just know reading West End Games, when I read that, I was like, oh, there, I found Kenobi's blade. But I knew an easy answer to avoid a contradiction there. And again, I'm not always physically looking at West End Games to see if that contradicts. I mean, there could be other adventures that contradict too, and I just haven't gotten to them yet. But either way, that just made me think about that, where they're going after Kenobi's blade. Tyone wants to go. Of course, Anakin and Tiri want to go with. Ykrit says, I'll go too. And so Luke, again, allows Anakin and Tahiri to go on a dangerous mission. Oh, and by the way, the last two books ended, I think it was books 2 and 3, ended the exact same. Both times, like, Luke is disappointed because they come home scratched up, dinged up, they have to go get bandages, get medical treatment. At the end of every book, Nancy Richardson basically just repeats the same scene. Now again, these are children's books. I don't want to come down too hard on them, but I noticed that. And Rebecca Moesta kind of changes it up a little bit. Not that she's the better author, but I like the change of pace. You can definitely tell it's a different author in here. And the story, I can't say if it gets better or not, but I've been enjoying these all the way through. Anyway, as they're flying in the Lore Seeker. Oh, and I should mention the Lore Seeker. This is a big contradiction here. The Lore Seeker, in this adventure, she just got the ship. It's brand new. Anakin and Tiri don't know anything about it, and she basically tells them the story of how she got the Lore Seeker. Well, unfortunately, Kevin J. Anderson wrote a short story in the West End Games books where she encountered Luke Skywalker for the first time before or in the middle of the Jedi Academy trilogy, and she had the Lore Seeker. Were there two ships named the Lore Seeker? I don't know, but I think what happened is Rebecca Moesta just got confused, or maybe she wrote this story first, and Kevin J. Anderson knew his wife had her fly a ship, but he didn't read the origin. really sloppy between them. They kind of dropped the ball in this this chronological error here. But again, it's not that big of a deal, but it is funny that that's such a big error, and that it was a married couple that made the mistake. They need to communicate a little bit better. I don't know, maybe they were having a fight at the time, who knows. So of course when they get to Vader's fortress on Djinn or whatever, this is where Tyone finds out that Ykrit is a Jedi Master. Like, she didn't know he could talk. She thought it was Anakin's pet. And I'm thinking, wait. For the past 2 books, Luke has known he's a Jedi Master. Ulder found out in the last book, and I guess Peckham did too. Why is everyone keeping it a secret? Why does Ykrit want to keep it a secret? I don't know. They never tell us that. And maybe there's some bigger reason. Maybe he just wanted to just slowly reveal himself to everyone, or see, how they discriminate against him. Maybe people will be taught more freely if they thought he was a pet. I don't know. But I thought it was weird that Tone's like shocked that, oh, he talks. And he's not your pet. He's a Jedi Master. Ooh, he's been around for a long time. He can tell me some history stories. I love Tyone because she likes history, and so do I. But either way, they get to Vader's fortress. Of course, there's trap doors. There's booby traps. Someone has set it off. It is Orlok, or whatever, the mage or whatever. He's like some kind of magician. He wants to get the holocron from Vader's fortress, and he has Kenobi's blade. He pushes a button, opens up a trap door, and Tyone and Ykrit go sliding down to this pit. But they're okay, and eventually they catch up. They grab the blade, and I think the holocron back from Orlok, and then of course send him down the trap door, which doesn't kill him. They make sure to tell you, well, it didn't kill us, so it probably didn't kill him. We may see him again soon, you know, hint, hint. But Uldar connects with him. It's obvious the mage is a fake. He's a fraud. But Uldir doesn't know that. He's thinking, wait, can you teach me how to build my own lightsaber and have my own lightsaber? And Orlok's promising all these things. It's kind of interesting. By the way, Uldar is still he's down on himself at the end of this adventure, thinking he doesn't have the Force in him. But to hearing Anakin go, hey, Uncle Luke's been wrong before, you never know. So the whole time you're still thinking this kid's going to show Force powers in the last book. But anyway, I want to get to that later. Overall, Vader's Fortress. It's fine. A nice, simple adventure. Like I said, each one of these are like 80, 90 pages, somewhere in between there. And you can read them in a good hour and a half. I mean, that's the best thing about them, too. But they are fun. They're not the best. Obviously, Jude Watson's young adult books are just out of this world amazing. But they're very good, and I can't wait to read the last one in the series next time.